All right. I am here, everyone. Just waiting for some stragglers, but we'll get the tournament started in just a moment. Eight to 10 players. Let's see what the player count is looking like right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, unfortunately. Hey, no worries, P Butter. I probably did it. I probably should have set it to 6 o'clock instead of 5:30. For me, obviously that's 6. Maybe a different time for you or others. But I wasn't sure. I haven't hosted a tournament in quite a while, so I didn't know what was a good time. But next time I'll probably do 6, or maybe I'll do earlier. I don't know. I didn't want to do it too late because I know sometimes these tournaments can last up to 3 to 4 hours, and obviously I don't want to keep people up, and I sure heck don't want to be up at 11, 12 for a tournament. But hey, thanks for hanging out. I can't promise it'll be a good showing of Warriors of Chaos, but I'll try my best. I haven't exactly played in quite a while. With the alert tone out, I will most likely set it to 3 rounds instead of 4, just because of how, again. It'll be less repetitive, I suppose. You don't really need 4 rounds with that many people. Because it seems we're most likely only going to have 5. Which is not a big deal. Hey, Michael. Take this off the leaderboard. Yeah, I might set it to 6. Pea butter, if you... The Yeah, I'm probably going to edit the start time a little bit so more people can join in. If people are available to do so. Yeah, Michael, is it true that the mic is louder on the stream? If that's the case, it might be some weird, like, Discord noise suppression thing. I don't know. Alright, yeah, I am changing the start time. It is not going to be 18 now instead of 17:30. so more people can join in. The do. All right, yeah, I set the start time 30 minutes past. So instead of 6:30, or rather 5:30 for me, it'll be 6. So hopefully that gives hopefully that provides a little bit more room for people to join in. Awesome. Yeah, hopefully you can make it. Let's see, change the start time. 6 p.m. I know I was gonna do that. I probably wouldn't have rushed eating dinner, but it's fine. No big deal. Let me. All right. In that case, we can just hang out a little bit. Poor me. Yeah, poor me. Yeah, you said yeah to the okay, cool. Again, I don't know why it would be any different from Discord, but I don't know how to figure that out. Also, for me, the music that I'm playing is like excessively loud, but OBS is picking it up like this, the quietest thing ever. Funny, bruh. Yapology. Oh, sweet, we got another one. Poison. I mean, I did kind of get my ability to yap as much from you and Alex, so kind of picked up on the straights. I think maybe I made the wrong choice playing Warriors of Chaos because I made it for specifically a few reasons. with the changes to some characters in Warriors of Chaos. I wanted to play Chaos for some reason, and it's not my best faction by any stretch of the imagination, that's for sure. They're not an easy faction to play nowadays, even despite getting so many new units from other DLCs. They're just like getting them for free. Ooh, Darktide is in the Humble Bundle choice this month. Completely irrelevant to what I'm talking about, but interesting nonetheless. Alright, let's see. Host battle. I'm just gonna host it for now, and then let's see. What do I have as the what do I have as the first map? For the first map I have it set to Jade Tomb. Let me put that in. Okay. Man, oh man. Okay. Let me look at a few changes Warriors of Chaos got. Okay, so first of all, Kolek now does magic damage, which I'm surprised it took so long. But either way, that helps quite a bit when we're facing against demons and the like. And anybody with physical resistance, obviously. But as well as Sartorial, he is a much better combatant, which is interesting. An interesting path that they went with him. I saw Human Boy's video about like using his new item, the Rock of Inevitability, and like I think it was Transmutation of Letting him. Like in a 1v1, he could be a solid fighter now, but the issue is like if you watch the Human Boy video, just like with fighting in general, flying combat, he seems to miss a lot of attacks despite all these buffs, taking somebody down to like say 10 leadership, or rather 10 leadership, excuse me, to like 10 melee defense. So if you like throw Rock of Inevitability, which is minus 26, and then what was it? I think it was Transmutation. So you bring down their melee attack and melee defense. The minus 26 melee defense is no pushover. So say if you throw it on, I don't know. Let me give an example here. High Elves, what's out there? Arians. 55. So minus 26. That's a pretty big debuff. And this guy has, I think, like a 50, yeah, 56 melee attack with pretty solid AP now. So theoretically, he should be doing a lot better in duels, but just like with most flying creatures, he just sucks at actual flying combat because the animations are just so bugged and weird. You could standard die as well, obviously. It gives him another 24 melee defense when you use it, so pretty rocking 80 melee defense. What else changed? I think there's the... That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna probably run a lot of Kolek, honestly. That's kind of why I picked WoC. 3. No, what am I talking about? 5.3. Patch notes, battle balance. I honestly thought of running Corn as well, just because to make things simpler. And I also had Chaos Dwarves up in the running as well. Yeah, so Sarthorio got a bunch of buffs from melee stats. He also got the Rock of Inevitability. Words are hard. He also got 1,000 more HP, 1,020 more HP, 10 more leadership, which is pretty insane. Kola got magical attacks, as I said. Billy's Thunderguff got a cost reduction of 100, which is whatever. Now I'm interested to try out Gorby's chariots. I've seen them run. I saw Human Boys test on them, and they seem okay. But let's see how much they cost again. Or for Gorby's chariots, you're looking at paying 1,200 for each of them. So kind of you got to be careful with them. Expensive. You're for 1,200. For 100 more, you can get some Chaos Knights, or you can get 1,200 and pay for some extra bodies in the field. Chariots with the this one luckily has 66 speed, which is not terrible, but like most fast cav can catch on to it. But I mean, if you're running against like, I don't know, heavily armored faction, which I can't think of any right now for some reason off the top of my head, but you could do solid against Grand Cathay with, but I guess unless they don't bring a lot of Jade Warriors and just bring a bunch of peasants. But High Elves I think would be okay. Kislev, I think you're just asking to waste 1,200 gold. I don't know. Chaos Dwarves obviously, but Slayers can be very tricky, sticky. Like buff or not, I don't want Sarthorio in any melee distance with any melee lord you couldn't already beat before. Yeah, I get that they're trying to like give you the player an incentive to use Sarthorio, but I mean, okay, so you do get a Lord of Change with using him. The stats aren't why I'm using him though, is the issue. I mean, yeah, Lord of Changes are pretty awesome in terms of combat. Like, you get a standard Lord of Change. Also Lord of Change. Pretty solid. 50, 50, 450. They can hold themselves in melee. They have Protoss shields. Solid chunk of health, 78, 28. And this is, I mean, this is exactly how they should be, alright? Because they're an exalted Lord of Change. They should be hard to take down. But they also have fantastic lures. I mean, they have Metal and Zinj. Both great lures, and not only that, they typically have fantastic items as well. They specifically, not Staff of Change. Staff of Change is okay, but not what you would bring them for. You're paying 200 for that. It's not worth it. Portal Glyph, you get 3. It used to be 3, I think. Chaos Fury Summon. Now it's only 1, but still, it's okay for 200. You get that. You can bring out a Chaos Fury anytime you desperately need it. Great Arcane Conduit, fine, whatever. It's 20%. It's 15% spell mastery, so it's worth it. But yeah, you get Lord of Zinj, which is already fantastic. Lord of Metal, which is good, really good. Not, I think I would argue Zinj is better, but Metal is still solid. But you also get their Protoss shields again. You get obviously solid leadership 80, and then they have this demonic instability, so kind of hard to get rid of them. Unless you really bring, I mean, they have again 80 leadership, so really hard to take down, especially with 90 speed as well. Plus with fantastic animations, which Sarthorio does not have. Sarthorio has okay animations, but not the same as a Lord of Changes. Obviously, because he has Warhammer 1 animations. They didn't bring him in until they didn't bring the actual Lords of Change until 3. He's just a budget Lord of Change for Words of Chaos. And again, as you said, I wouldn't want to bring him into melee. it with any lords, any melee lords at the very least, unless they're like some caster lord which can't hold themselves against, I don't know, a troll, like a unit of chaos trolls, or rather just a unit of chaos warriors. I wouldn't bother attacking them. I don't know why I said chaos trolls. Obviously, most lords, or rather not most lords, but a lot of lords can't just single-handedly kill off a whole troll unit by themselves. My head start is just a hard to snipe metal cast. I just say make him insanely tanky. Also, items on them seem ass. Yeah, the Rock of Inevitability is an item that they added, and it seems good. It seems alright. But the issue is it's on him. So unless you're catching out something like, I don't know, some heavy cav, and you use it, pop it, it's minus 25% speed, and they lose a bit of charge speed as well. You catch that cav out, but you're not going to be using it to snipe out any lords or anything as sartorial. Maybe a caster. But that's his only solid item, and you're paying 200 for that, and you only get what? Okay, so it's a cooldown of 90 seconds. It's not great. Does metal shifting? Which one? They have his prismatic and plurality, so it reduces cooldowns by 10 seconds. So it's 80 seconds. You're still waiting a minute and change to get that ability back, which is okay. It's fine. It's not a limited amount of uses. It has a decent range of 35. It's a pretty good range actually of 35 meters. That's his only good item. And then you just have metal casting, which is good. But it's, why would I use him when I could say, oh, I don't know, use Azazel and get much better spell like Pavane and Lash. Those are fantastic on their own. You can rampage them out instead of having to get in their range to slow them down for your units to catch them. Pavane is just much better in that case over something like from metal plus their item. Yeah, it's a worse Helm of Discord, sort of. Like, it's a slow, it's like a budget, it's like a worse Helm of Discord plus a slow, plus a 25% slow, which is, you know, it's fine. Oh, we have Alexander Nuts joining the tournament. Cool. All right, 3 more minutes and people can start checking in. And people will start up the tournament. What are we at now? Yeah, I would agree though. Yeah, just make him defensive. Though to be fair, Kairos unintentionally kind of fits that as well, because on paper he doesn't look like a fantastic melee fighter, as he has 3520 with 420 weapon strength. So he doesn't look like an amazing fighter, but it's his animations which make him really freaking tanky, and then of course his Protoss shields, which just 1200 of. And then of course he has, if you bring them, Gaze of Fate and Oracle of Eternity, which give him ward save and minus 40 melee attack, and it's a net. So he's already extremely tanky with all of those combined. But if you make Sartorial tanky in the same way, without having to have him rely on, say, obviously his the abilities that something like Kairos has, which are the ward save and the net, then you could do that by just rather making him more of a defensive fighter like Gorok, which Gorok doesn't do a good job at that. But make him like have a higher melee defense, obviously give him some missile resistance. I guess you don't have to. I think that'd be a bit silly if you did. Maybe just increase his Protoss shields if you wanted to. I think, let me see, what is the Lord of Change base? 800. Yeah, just keep it at 800 then. I just give him more health if you want to keep using him. Give him his melee defense. Change his items because his items suck. But even then, he doesn't need to be usable. He's just a Warhammer 1 Lord of Change, budget Lord of Change. At the end of the day, it's not a big deal if he's not usable, but it would be cool to have him usable, I suppose. Yeah, making him into a strong melee fighter is probably not the way to go. But I understand if you're wanting to make him exactly like the default Lord of Change. Exalted Lord of Change. Default, that's funny. But alright, we are about to start. Does Sartor even have Garrett Arcane Conduit? Yes, he does, at least. Which is funny, he has it. I mean, well, he should have it because he is a Lord of Change. But my boy over here, Village, who is blessed by Zinch, of course, who is their chosen, has not even the base Arcane Conduit. Like, why are you gonna do my boy dirty like that? No Arcane Conduit at all. Like, fine, you don't want to give him Greater Arcane? Cool. You want to make him a melee fighter who can hold his own? Okay, that's fine. But at least give him some Arcane Conduit or some winds regen. Like, there's no reason to use them unless you find them cool. And you just want a cheap Lord that can cast. Alright. Let me start the tournament up. Let me refresh one second. Okay. Alright. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not bad. We'll generate the bracket. Is he a bad sorcerer? That sucks. Don't say that to me. Why did the bracket get messed? Did I miss it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, no, okay. Okay, no, things are fine. I thought things got messed up, but they didn't. Okay, of course I'm up against Subutai, which means I'm going to automatically lose because they're much more experienced than I am. And I'm playing WoC. Okay. Let me message Subutai. Alright, invite player. Anytime his brother, the meathead, woke up and immediately magically overpowered the wimpy one. Oh, but before the end times? Oh. Was his brother... Yeah, I know about how he died in the end times. Or not died. He kind of just disappeared in the end times. Kind of just walked off the face of the earth. Or the old world. But... yeah, I know about that. And I know his brother, obviously, who got them fused together, did that so he can force his brother to be basically his bodyguard, right, or something like that. I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember Villages. I read it. I remember he basically took over his meathead brother and like basically turned him into his puppet, forcing him to do whatever he wanted. And then in times, the brother obviously turned things around on him, and yeah, he no longer had control. I forgot what his brother's name is. Let's see, obviously you can let me know. Let me do this. Pretty much what the meathead was the better sorcerer by far. Ah. Okay, so maybe he doesn't deserve Arcane Conduit. Okay, I mean, he can still get it. Okay, leave my boy Village alone. Okay, he can still deserve it. It's fine. I know that he wasn't that great of a spellcaster on tabletop either, unfortunately. unfortunately, we have an odd amount of players, so one person is sitting out. Oh yeah, let me turn this down 1 second. I look, you want to see a Zinch fire caster on the Warstorm in action. Started collecting Hedonites, and I'm just impressed with my keeper can keep hit him with the 1+. And see. I know I haven't played Slanesh, but I have seen, because the people that I play with, that I started playing Overworld with, somebody in particular is a very big fan of Slanesh there. And they do look very, very fun. Like, I definitely would not mind picking them up at all. I've also just been playing Chaos Dwarves and Lizardmen. No, actually, I haven't even played Lizardmen yet. I've only played Chaos Dwarves and Ogres so far, and Ogres have been a tremendous amount of fun. I think little AFK at the moment. Yeah, I'm sure they should. Yeah. There's like what are they called? They changed the base changers, or base something, whatever. Like you can turn a circle in, and obviously, tray thingies, tray converter trays. Yeah, you could set like AOS circle models on there, and then it'll like do formation just like old world. Or got a third party page and got a keeper plus 10 demonettes for 70 pounds. That's pretty great. You should send me that party page, because your boy is looking to pick some gobos up for his greenskin army. Not his gobo, not gobos, but obviously like river trolls and whatnot. Trolls, stone trolls, orc boys. But I would also just like to paint a keeper and a Lord of Change as well, just because that'd be fun. I think they have fantastic freaking models. AOS has some really good models. J2. Alright, there's a blocker up. We're up against. What are we up against for today? Subutai, I think, is playing vampires. Let me check. Yeah, vampires. Subutai loves their vampires. So walk against vampires. What can I bring here? And it's on J2. I've never played on this map before. Screw it. We'll see what we can do here. Okay. Up against the counts, huh? I'm sorry if this is gonna be a wash. I'm sure it is, but again, I'll try my best. You know what? Since we're talking about him, I'll bring him. Just because he's my favorite walk lord. Probably a misstep. What was I gonna bring? I was just thinking about it for a second there, and I already lost it. Ooh, I know what to do. This is gonna be a big haggard, but we'll do it. Let me see. Bring out one of these. Isn't the new Forsaken good here? What got changed in the Forsaken? I think like the Corn ones got like an extra what melee attack or something. Let's see. Forsaken got more hit points. He had 1,000 more. We could try him. I don't see why not. Let's give it a try. See how the boys rock. If one of these guys could be okay. You want to bring Harry the Hammer? Emerson? Probably not, right? I mean, maybe. That'd be fun. Look, she's just so expensive, though, is the issue. What am I doing here? There we go, that's fine. Let me see what else. Taking out too much. Go, why not do that? Frick it. Go for it. I don't know. Wait, what did I bring on him? Yeah, okay. I should have brought Harry, but he's just so expensive, you know? He'd be really great against undead because he removes the undead attribute, I believe, which obviously helps a lot in the grind fights. But yeah, he's just way too expensive. I'm saying that, but I brought something like way too expensive for what it is, and it's probably gonna lose me the game. But it's fine. Aside from, you know, I'm gonna blame it on the unit rather than my own plays. Definitely during my instead of my own rusty plays. Yeah, I'm gonna take the blocker. Yeah. Pardon the dogs. Obviously, I can't do anything about them unless you want me to speak in dog to them and tell them, "Hey guys, can you like stop barking?" But yeah, it's just somebody's outside. Most likely, it's somebody else in the house. But yes, definitely gonna blame it all on my units and not me, because I am one of the best Dom players out there for sure. Okay, good. I'm glad you understand, because we have a solid, like, you know, a casual 7 of them. All right, sorry about that. Had somebody come in. All right. Yes, we got good old village here. He's just gonna be running around, pulling Zinch's schemes out of the bag. Funnily enough, I don't think I brought any Chaos Warriors aside from the Halberds. So, see how things do. I also did bring AS on, all in, so see how he does. I figured that maybe he'd be pretty decent at a grindy fight with his bonus versus infantry, magical attacks, and of course his mortis engine. Plus, he does have that little, like mini kind of Buna, sort of. But it spreads. Obviously, it's worse than Buna in most ways, but. Ooh, I hope we can deal with Blood Knights. Yeah, about that. I didn't think about that. So, good luck to my units. They can have fun dying. A message. I mean, sorry for them. I also almost had a Hell Cannon, and I kind of wish I brought it still, but I really wanted an AS on, so. Bring a troll over. rid of some trolls.
We have a victory point. Keep it from the foe. Bring us to carnage. Shut them. The dark gods command me. Yes, Lord. That's what the masters bid. Faster. Move on them. Ah! This way, dude. Why are you slowing? Take it, Southerner! Marauder horsemen! Quick! Drag us to the souls! Throwing axes! Marauder horsemen! My God's call! Those limits, brother! Why are you slowing? Bring us to carnage! Pillage and damage! Faster! Yes!
Oh, nice. That little friendly fire to the Crypt Wars. Nice.
Give us carnage! Marauder horsemen!
Get this out of my freaking way, please. Thank you.
Woeful tidings. The enemy has captured one of your victory points. Take it back. Slay them, brother.
Bring one of these guys out. Yeah, they do.
Now is our
I did something not good. Okay.
chaos bombs. Quick! We agree. Chaos marauders! Throw out axes! Time to despoil. Seas of blood. Chaos marauders! Your will! Mortal fool! Obliterate them! Quick! Close on the sheep! Yes! What? Magic is power! Escaping doom!
Let's bring out the Swords of Chaos.
Chaos Knight!
Why not?
That's what the masters bid! Fight!
Uh-oh, village. Get out of there.
Marauder horsemen! Move fast! Get them!
If we want to get Aeson out of there.
Running! Move fast! Obliterate
Come on, Aeson, you can get out of there. Oof, I gotta get that freaking mortis engine.
The dark gods command me! Running! That's what the masters bid! Marauder horsemen! Move forth! They will succumb! Yes, Lord! Yes! Master! Slay every mortal! Faster! Shout them! Eye of the gods!
Uh-oh, Aeson is a bit stuck at the moment, unfortunately. Get him out this way, maybe? Does he have room? Yes, he does have room. Come on. No, Aeson! He doesn't. Damn it. Yeah. These guys have magic attacks? I'm guessing they don't. No, they don't. Damn it.
Retreat! Your will!
Get him out of here. Throw some more Forsaken on there. Why not? Swords of Corn are taking an absolute... Or rather, Swords of Chaos are taking an absolute beating. No surprise there.
The gods demanded!
Aeson, unfortunately, is out of there.
Deliver slaughter! Move forth! Chaos sorcerer of enemy! Plague, rot, death! We will return to North. Magic will destroy you!
It did something, I suppose.
Come to me! Move! Run! Your will! Your will! We agree! Chaos Knights! Running!
Really unfortunate to lose Aeson, but what can you do?
Now!
The values aren't horrendous, at the very least.
Yes, Lord! Throw those axes! Move forth! Running! Move forth! Running! Now is our time! Love them! Take it, Savannah! So be it! Carrying sickness! For Nurgle! Move forth! Running! We don't forgive!
Unfortunately, I don't have a lot to do with the Hex Wraiths, which sucks. Because I lost Aeson. I do have Blue Fire, of course, but that's not really perfect for that.
Get them! Follow the blood! This way, Martin!
Kind of have to avoid the blob as much as possible with the Mortis engine.
Chaos Marauders!
He's about to get punted by this. Okay, he's fine. Get those guys out of there. issue is, yeah. I think I'm out of this one. After Aeson got knocked out, I think I'm out of it. I think Village is gonna get manhandled by this Vargulf. And this, I don't think I could stop the blob right there, unfortunately. Once I lost Aeson, I don't think it was over. Plus, obviously, I kind of messed up on the builds. So. If you bring in healing, you definitely don't want to bring a Zinj caster. Or rather, you don't want to bring double caster if you're going to go for Fleshy Abundance because it's such a high cost spell. 16. Yeah. Yeah, I think it is over. There's no scrapping back from this one. Yeah, this is DS actually playing for once in his life. GG's, yeah, freaking Aeson. I lost him, and yeah, he still got 2,600 value though. Look at him, he's going to absolute town on those undead. You know who wouldn't have run away there? Harry the Hammer. Yeah, I'm so washed. I'm so washed. I can't beat anybody in this state. Look at me rocking Village and the freaking Nurgle caster. Yeah, okay, so in hindsight, considering I haven't played this game in so long, in hindsight, my build is obviously a mistake. But, let's see how the Forsaken did. 339 kills? Look at that. That's more kills than you'll ever see a Forsaken get. Even if it gets undead. But no, didn't utilize them properly. A lot of them got ran over by Cryptors. So, but otherwise I think they would have probably held for a little longer. So, 781. Oh, 8 there. Yeah, nothing. Obviously, I would have cut the caster unless if I wanted to go like I think Zinch, the blue pink fire is just too good here. So I'd go pink fire and maybe a firestorm or gateway, and don't bring the healer. But if I do bring your healer, obviously cut village and just bring a healer as a caster. And actually, can you bring a healer as a caster and walk? You can't. I don't think you can. I think you only have the Chaos Sorcerer Lord with, or the Chaos Sorcerer with Nurgle. So you could just bring a base Lord. Obviously, just bring a Foot Lord as cheap as possible, like a Chaos Lord or something. Strip them down to like 800 or 600 gold. I don't know how cheap they can get, but but I think it's just too good having pink fire. It's just. But hit me out and play walk. I think the Forsaken are good, yeah, because to that speedy infantry, they can punch through most of undead. Obviously, I needed more anti-large support to deal with a lot of the Crypt Wars and whatnot. I need probably more missile cav, maybe to deal with some of that. Maybe deal with the Crypt Wars and just deal with the Mortis engine, because the Mortis engine pretty much ruined that day for me, ruined that whole fight for me. Once I couldn't. Did someone have rage? Yes, that's what. You know, remember how earlier I was talking in the build screen that I was thinking of wanting to bring something, but I couldn't remember what it was? Summoner's Rage would have been perfect for that, because they're just really good now, and damn it. That is exactly. Okay, Advanced Swiss. Anyways, yes, Summoner's Rage would have been perfect here. I don't have an opponent in the next round, which is perfectly fine with me. Because Fidel Flashblood unfortunately did not have one in the first round. So now Soy Bacta is going to be going against Subutai. So good luck to Soy. They're playing Bretonia up against Counts. Britonia are in a bit of struggle at the moment, and at least obviously on domination is different than land battle and conquest. But if it was land battle conquest, I would say Britonia obviously definitely has that. But in and also kind of experience difference, I think Subutai's probably going to take that one as well. Not to riff on Soy Bakta at all. I'm not saying about this is not about their skill, but I think it's more about the matchup and experiences level. Hey, wait, William, are you Soy? So many people come into their streams and don't have their name the same as the. But yeah, good luck. Subutai's a pushover. I just suck. I'm just really bad and don't play anymore. You got this. If you beat Subutai, I'll draw you a freaking Bretonian avatar. Okay, yeah. Soy, good luck. I'll draw you a personal Bretonian avatar if you beat Subutai. If you want, I could drop the link for the third-party Keeper of Secrets. Yeah, drop it. Yeah, for sure. is that all it takes? This is basically you know how the ogre contract thing that got reworked and all that stuff. This is basically my ogre contracts. I get killed by something, I get beat by somebody that makes me mad that my gut wasn't bigger than theirs. So I give out a contract. Somebody takes it. Somebody beats them and gives me back my pride. They get a reward for it. Yeah, send me the Keeper of Secrets. Most of my Warhammer stuff is all proxy because, and I even have some third-party stuff. Because the older minis, like I got Village's old mini, because I think he's just so freaking cool. I think his design is amazing. And I bought his old mini, but obviously a third-party one, because yeah, it was just like drastically cheaper. And you know, big deal. I don't go back. I don't go to a Games Workshop and compete in their events. I'm not interested in that. So, but I have both the Villages minis. I didn't need to paint them. I say both, as in I don't know if there's any more than those two. I just know that there's the older one, which I'll have to say later. He's like more bulky, while the AOS one is more. He's like more lean. Anyways, let me look at these values. 4,000 value on Baldstein. No surprise there. Baldstein is fantastic. He's just a really, really good lord, as much as I hate to say it, and he's the best Vampire Counts lord. Has been, bar none, for the entirety of Warhammer 3, pretty much. So, and even Warhammer 2, he was still incredible. So, it was so cool seeing the Vargulf, by the way. Of course, gotta leave it to Subutai to bring a cool unit for once, compared to other more competitive players. I love Vargulf. I think they've been pretty trash for most of Total Warhammer's lives. Excuse me, Warhammer 3's life. Warhammer 2, there was double, one of the meadows was double Vargulf for quite a while, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty fun. Double Vargulf just beat down on a lot of, basically their goon squad. They beat down on a lot of lords and other goon squads. They were pretty fun. But in Warhammer 3, it transitioned with the transition between the unit sizes from large to ultra. Some of them got left. Some of these large single entities got left behind in terms of HP pools and overall damage output. Vargulf was one of them. Here, he had a little decent of a showing. He beat down on Village a little bit. Village kind of got embarrassed and was getting run down by a gigantic bat walking on 4 feet. With that wings. So he should be even more embarrassed. Not even a flying bat. A monstrous flying bat. No, he got beat down by a flying bat. A monstrous bat that can't even fly. But yeah, Blood Knights, I didn't even see them honestly for a while. So I'm sure they got caught in very late. But I had no answers to them even if I did see them. Aside from the Swords of Chaos, maybe the Swords of Chaos would still lose though. Because obviously Blood Knights opponent's list is large. But it's the only other like fast-ish heavy cav answer I have to it. Obviously, if I surround him with like some trolls, then I can catch him out. But Cryptor is also great. But yeah, Mortis Engine, 1100 value there. Just had no answer for him really. There you go. Should arrive any day now. Did you get fast track shipping? Okay. Where'd you send that at, by the way? I think in retrospect, if not Summoners, maybe Zinch Knights, because maybe I was like, dude, I was like this close, like this freaking tiny, so close, just to bring in the Doom Knights. But I don't play Warriors of Chaos enough to know the Vampire Counts matchup. But I know controlling the air, trying to control the air, is a solid answer, and I should have freaking brought, because I think the Doom Knights would be fantastic here. But also, obviously, Chaos Knights are good as well, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, obviously can't get Lance Chaos Knights, but I mean, like, the regular Chaos Knights are fantastic. Yeah, regular Chaos Knights, Zinch, obviously you get magical attacks, you get just solid all-around stats. I mean, they're one of the best calves on the Warriors of Chaos side. I think I'm the Corn one are also okay. They're pretty good actually. Not just okay, they're pretty good. I think they got like nerfed a little bit recently, like not in 5.3, but like 2 or 3 patches ago where they lost like 4 melee attack or something. I don't know. It was weird. But yeah, they're good. But yeah, the Zinch ones are definitely by far the best ones in my opinion. Also, in Warhammer 2, double Shaggoth was also a solid answer to Vampire Counts like Kaiju beatdown. I definitely think that could be an interesting answer as well. But I was definitely like thinking maybe Archaon, obviously just for Burning Head, and if you want Spirit Leech, but Burning Head I think. And then if you want to go for a more serious build, that's what I'm saying. Crown of Domination, put him on Drogar or Dorgar. Paragon of Ruin is fine. Kindle Flame. You can cut some of these if you want to, but I think they're good. Yeah, Archaon is obviously a fantastic caster, great duelist. He can hold his own. Burning Head will clear out a lot of the undead chaff. Honestly, think even maybe like the Weapon of Corn could be pretty good. But yeah, other than that, also my like lords, I was thinking either Archaon or Kolek. I was definitely thinking of bringing just Kolek and a Nurgle caster. I think that would have been pretty solid. Bring summoners in the back pocket there. I almost brought the Soul of Damnation as well, yeah, so would have been good. Yeah, Herald Hammerstorm is just like, take off everything. He's 1600, which I mean, again, the Bane of Undead is pretty cool. Removes undead attribute and -4 leadership for anything nearby, which is pretty awesome. Has a range of 35 meters, so in a sense, constant. Bane Shield is fine. It gives him plus 10 melee stats, but not really worth it for 200 from to me. It's nice that it's like constant, so there's no like cooldown, but not what I would bring. Hammer of Harry is pretty nice. You throw him into like a pocket of elite infantry, and he will do so much freaking damage, practically like a third or like 2/3 of their HP, if not like almost almost 3/4 of their HP, just like barely leaving them walking. Obviously, it's undead, so they can get a healing, but still, their Hammer of Harry is fantastic. But yeah, I would definitely think he's obviously a choice if you wanted to go with foot-based characters. Mr. John Warhammer himself, Harold Hammerstorm. John Warhammer. Does WoC have Bile Trolls? Yes, they do. You have that Corsa Bile, which is pretty nice with that -6 melee defense. And obviously, they're a bit more defensive than the other trolls, so they can hold a point for a lot longer. I think Bile trolls are okay. You're obviously only bringing them for the Corsa Bile. I think. I don't know. I don't know. Could have brought Billy's Thunderguff. He got 100 points off, 100 cost reduction. Yeah, I think Summoners of Rage for sure. Just like such a good pick there. You can maybe bring like one more Dragon Ogre in the off chance you need them. Rot Knights, Rot Riders are way too expensive for what they are. But Rot Knights can do pretty good work if you want to try bringing those guys. They're a little more pricey than Dragon Ogres at 1800, but obviously you get regen with these guys, and they have 100 armor while Dragon Ogres only have 60. Just overall better stats. So you're paying 200 more for. But yeah, Rot Knights are completely disappointing to me as well. Yeah, I don't like their animations. I think a lot of their models get stuck way too frequently. So you're constantly just losing models as they get stuck in like cheap chaff, which is very frustrating. Which you obviously, I mean, Dragon Ogres used to have sometimes still have that issue with them, but they have less so. I feel like they'd break the chaff with counts so the Marauders can trade better. Did I get the link? I don't think so. Did you send it in like DMs or something, or did you send it in the chat? Because I don't think the bot like eat your message. Maybe let me see. Might have just been possible if the bot just like ate your message because it was a link. I don't know though. Let me check. That's okay. Let me check. Could be completely possible that the bot just. Let me check. Channels, chat. For now, you can just send it to me on Discord, and then I'll sort it out later. The whole. I wonder if it's just again probably just eating links, so it doesn't let you post links. Some corn players are walking like 2 to 3 corn chosen, and then various other fellows walking to support them with healing and Mortis Engine. Yeah, you can go full like elite. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like earlier when I said that you could totally go for like Chaos Warriors, the weapons, but also like chosen would also be fantastic. There, just slaughtering through pretty much anything the undead throws at them. Graveguard with great weapons will trade a bit, trade for a bit, but then they'll eventually lose the fight. So, and then of course you can support them with healing through a Chaos Sorcerer caster, or is there any other healing that WoC have really, aside from Shrine? I don't think so. Where are the shrines at even? Am I like blind? Oh, there we go. Yeah, for gives that give her abundant glory as well for that 0.10%. Obviously, it can be sniped out, but if you're careful with it. Oh yeah, Festus as well. Right. I completely forgot about Festus. He's irrelevant. Nobody ever brings Festus anymore. The one time I saw him get brought yesterday was against. Was it Turn? Yeah, I think it was. I think Turn played against Festus, and Festus was like. Oh, actually, you know what? Festus was pretty good in that game that he played against, and they played against Turn because it was a hill blob, and it was just like constantly keeping them in the fight, grinding Turn's infantry down. Obviously, it was Kislev, so Kislev still won, but nonetheless. Yeah, Festus is super squishy. You can snipe him out so easily. You don't have the Discord? There we are. You not in turrets? Oh, you might be from RTKs or from Human Boys, aren't you? Like a goo-soaked marshmallow. Oh man, what a great caster I am. I'm clearly casting my own tournament, right? And see, once I noticed that I have no opponent, what did I do? I just continue talking about like army discussion rather than just copying into another game and spectating that. Oh, you're from Hummus? Okay, that's why. Well, you can just find me through Hummus's Discord and then message me through there. What's your name on Discord? I'll find you through there. He does look kind of gooey. Right, exactly. He looks like just like a walking booger. Just like ew, just like yeah, just a walking booger. 2 legs and just like cackling. Jingo bingo. I sent you a message. Yo, you're in Josh Face's server too. That's how I know a cool one. I see one. If you're in Josh Face's server, cool buddy. As Festus like throwing up a little bit from his own potions. John Strife the goat. I love Josh Face. He's so awesome. For those who like MMOs or MMO content, Josh Strife Face is great. It's hilarious. What is it? Strive? Yeah, I strive to be that man. Strive. I can't even think of the word strive. American education. You know, this is awesome. Village. But yeah, let's see. More theory crafting. Okay, say if I do go with Kolek. Why not? Obviously, he can be dragged down a bit with Cryptorge and whatnot. But say I do go with him. Do I bring all of his stuff? Yeah, why not? Why not? I have no issue with doing that. You bring a healer. You can bring that in the back pocket. You don't have to bring him right away, like I did before. Nerval, Deaths, especially Abundance, Stream of Corruption. You obviously could bring him in right away because he has Stream of Corruption, so you can slowly just whittle down the undead on the off chance. I could put him on a Rot Beast, but if I want to save 200, I could put him on a Steed. A Rot Beast will just make him a better fighter, hold his own. Also give him 600 more HP. But say like for the rest of the army, heck, why not? You could go. Now here's the question here: would you go all out in the beginning, Chaos Warriors? I don't think so. Maybe you'd go out with them later games, so you can bring them out, and maybe hopefully your opponent doesn't notice. You could bring in like, oh, I don't know, a 2 chosen, and in the back pocket on the off chance that they don't notice. And then maybe some Forsaken, I think would be okay there as well. So that speediness. And then you go some Hounds for like back pocket, like catching of the points, back pocket point catching or capping rather. You can go with the. I think Horsemen are still pretty good here, just to screen out Baldstein a bit. Does he have the collision tax? Yeah. Now, I hardly ever seen anybody complain about this, but yes, Kolek feels like he gets stuck so easily, whether by his own animations, or like how slow he walks, or I don't know what it is, like how slow he turns. He just feels like he gets stuck in like these smallest things. Like you have a man, like the son of like one of the most gigantic creatures in the entire freaking old world. And you have like this guy who barely who towers over Prague in lore, but then you have him like obviously smaller in Total War. But you have him literally getting stuck by like a guy on a horse, like a few guys on a horse. Why he isn't just like stomping on top of them and just crushing them, I don't know. But it does feel like he gets stuck on a lot. Also, does he have collision attacks? That's a good question. I wish I knew. I wish I freaking knew. Let me see. I think you can check with TW stats. I thought you could, but I don't think you can. Yeah, it doesn't say. Yeah. The only reason I would even think of bringing them is simply just for chasing down like Vlad as he's trying to get away, just to slow him down with poison, and also again back point capping. But you could also just use the Horsemen for that, I suppose. I don't think it's terrible picking like two of them. I don't think it's an awful idea. Yeah, for 100% agree about his like stuck thing. Like I also feel like sometimes, again, like you said, he just doesn't swing. Like he just kind of like stands there in this gigantic blob, and he's just like trying to like figure out how to turn or something, and he's just like waiting for his opponents to like beat down on him while he just does nothing, and then he decides to strike, and then he does like barely any damage because splash attacks. You gonna play some Sigvold? Why would I play the worst character out of Warriors of Chaos? If I want to be boring, sure. You know, I actually kind of wish I played Slaanesh as well. Slaanesh was also an option up there when I was thinking about it. We getting some Nikari action going on. Just village without magic. Okay. Okay, calm down. You don't know what you're talking about. Take it back. Take it back. He is worse in every possible way. That man is... Let's just say he deserved what happened to him in End Times. Screw Sigvald. That guy is garbage. Garbo. All he is just straight trash. Don't you dare compare him with my boy Village. Cockatrice. So here's the thing. I do like the Cockatrice. I do like him for sure. He has a decent stat, 4638. Pretty good AP at 295. A pretty decent AP. He also has Petrifying Gaze, which unfortunately they reworked to now work in a phase of 8 seconds each time. Which is okay. It's not the worst. It's okay. My issue is that you only have one use out of it. So you have no choice on when to use it. and it's a passive ability. Like, I understand before it was like a 3 use and it was toxic because you could just like net something by choice. But this isn't, this is 100 times worse. Sure, it's still a net, but, and it's still pretty good, the net. But again, my issue with it is a passive. You only get 1 use out of it. And they have to remain in combat for 8, 16, 24, 32 seconds. Just, I didn't count. Don't listen to my math. I'm gonna pretend I never said that. I don't know how to count. Anyways, the cockatrice, yes. I think it's a solid choice. How much is it? Again, 1100. I could try it out one of these days, yeah. The magical attacks and poison to chase down, like say if you really want to chase down Manfred as he's low on health and he's trying to get away from combat, you can bring him out there. Or you could just get some nice, like, or you can throw him in on, like, say, the Mortis engine, for example. Do you have proof that I ever counted? Because I don't think I ever did any math. I don't do math. Okay. What are some of the books that Siggy's in? Because right now, at the moment, I'm only reading. Right now, I'm on 40K, but last I was reading some Gottschalk and Felix, and I think I was gonna go on to do some of the Dark Elf stuff, which I heard is pretty bad, but I still want to read it. Yeah, 40K. I've been listening to I'm saying listening because I audiobooks. It's easier for my brain. Gaunt's Ghost. I've been listening to that, and that's pretty fantastic. Oh, does Siggy have his own book? Wow, look at him. So cool with his own book. Isn't he special? What is it called? Let's check it out. It's quite literally just called Sigvald. There's no there's no cool title or anything. It's just like it's just call it Sigvald. Hellebron was built up for 2 books and then died in a page. She really? Is that in time shenanigans or is that actual? Is that like, or is that before in times and they just didn't like poor Hellebron? Honestly, when you get into Delves, read the Elven Omnibus. Varies incredibly in quality between the books, but man. Yeah, I do want to read the, as much as I don't like elves, I definitely want to read the Elven Omnibus because I'm super interested, just in general, about, with, I don't know if Eltharion's on there, but Eltharion, I want to hear about Lithanar. I just want to hear about a lot of the conflicts that the High Elves and New Dark Elves had in the first place. I want to hear about how Malekith was as cool as I think he is, how much of a little bitch he is, with crying about not being the Phoenix King, not being the one true Phoenix King. I got a game. Let's see. We are up and about. Let me throw a notification in here. I am up against Samurai Style. Let me send them a message. Let's see, what is the next map that I have set to? Kassar's Cursed Oasis. Oasis. Oh, this is bought that builder. I think I had a really close game with Subutai, but I lost. Hey, I mean, the fact that you got a close game with Subutai, that's a pretty good showing there. I'd even mark that off as like a win in your brain, just like or in my brain at the very least. Subutai is no joke. Like how through all that talk, all that waiting, I didn't even think of proper Warriors of Chaos build versus Coast. Count, excuse me. Ethereum makes a few cameos, but Lithanar and Malekith are two main characters. Ooh, okay. I'm super interested in Lithanar. Like, he was like one of the first like high elf lore that I like completed more than one campaign with in Warhammer 2. I also find it super funny that he was voiced by Dylan Sprout, I think, as well. He did a pretty good job at it. With a wolf? Hey, on what? Yo, what? What do you mean with a wolf? No, but clarify. Like, actually, like, I, I just, I don't know. Is it like a sentient wolf that can talk to them or something? Or is he just a furry straight? Or he's just like a, yeah, what is up with that? He vanishes into Isha's forest for a while and lives amongst wolves with a romantic implication. The wolf show him the moon bow. Oh, what? It's just a wolf. It's not even like, oh, what? That's honestly kind of hilarious. So he just ends up with a freaking. I wonder if that. I'm just thinking in my head like, Lithanar gambling the two options or weighing the two options. Have sex with the wolf but end up with a moonbow, or don't have sex with the wolf and end up with no powerful moonbow. Go back home with no moonbow. Go home with the cool moonbow. Obviously, it's probably not how it went, but still. He cheated on his wife with a wolf? What kind of teenage drama book is this? He's so edgy. Oh man, that model is actually pretty cool. I like a lot. Looking at the Keeper of Secrets, like third-party model, like the pretty good. I don't know if I can show that on stream though. I don't see why not. It's not like. I think it's the website itself though. Again, the Elven Omnibus varies ludicrously in quality. Starts with Team Malekith being an actual, just straight up folk hero and being best buds with Snorri Whitebeard, aka Grumbindle, is really good. He went from being best friends with Snorri freaking Whitebeard with Grumbrindle to doing what he did. Like, what happened to this man? Jealousy just corrupted him. Rather like anger over not getting what he supposedly deserved. I had no idea Grumbrindle teamed up with him. That's really cool. Is it just like adult Malekith that's just filled with rage, and Team Malekith was just like a good old happy boy? So Samurai Style is not responding. Let me see if they're. We might not have a game here. In that case, I might end up playing. Let's see. I'll give him like 3 more minutes. If not, then I'll play somebody. I'll play Fidel because they don't have a player right now to go up against. But that's fine. I don't expect like consistent quality amongst Warhammer books, from what I've heard. The thing is, he was rejected as a Phoenix King and just kind of took it well, actually. He left for the New World and conquered it by the name of Ultuan and established colonies. And made friends with the dwarves. That's how the Drushi got their crossbows from. I was wondering how that was also another like interest point for me, was how they got their hands on crossbows, considering that the High Elves only use bows. That's really cool that they got it from the dwarves. And then they like changed it to let them do like multi-shot, which as far as I know, dwarves don't have any like multi-shot crossbows. But obviously dwarves also use gunpowder, which the Dark Elves don't use. Actually, let me check. Rangers, they don't have oh yeah, they only shoot one shot. But keep in mind, Snorri was the High King. Malekith attended his funeral, the first non-dwarf to do so, then even went troll hunting. But Snorri is, you said Snorri is Grumbrindle. Does that mean that like he may have died there, but he actually kind of lived on eternally, or how does that work with Grumbrindle? Alright, Samurai Style is not messaging back, so instead I'm going to message Castro and see if they want to play, because it doesn't seem like Samurai Style is around anymore. Bruno's like the avengeful ancestor spirit. So he just kind of like comes back out of like sheer anger and revenge. Or just seeking vengeance, rather. Kind of like with... No, not kind of the same. I was going to compare him with Croak, but Croak kind of just doesn't feel like coming back alive. Yeah, because Malekith broke the friendship between the dwarves and elves, and that just rocked him in his grave so much he came back. That is that is actually hilarious. That's so dwarf-like. Oh man, that's so freaking cool. All right, I got Fidel Castro. We're up against them this time around, and we're up against Grand Cathay. Grand Cathay WoC. Open map. Not a big fan of this idea, but we'll see how things go. What are we gonna do today, fellas? What do we want to do today? We could be boring and go Valkia, but again, that's boring. How expensive are they? They are so expensive for such a crap lord. Man. And here I am trying to be fun and run a fun lord, and I get 2,400 for a base kit with this person. With like 3 items. You're onto something there. I could go super troll and go a Daniel, a demon prince. Heck, why not? Let's try it out. Let's try this guy. Let's try them out. Not the sneaky bad person before, but this other one. This here and this here. That's fine. They're gonna be expensive, super expensive. But that's perfectly fine. It's not a big deal. I'm not crying on the inside. Definitely not. Gonna go with the. Oh, I do want to bring one of these. See how they do. And then maybe some. Ooh, that's gonna be expensive. Reinforcing army. Maybe not. I do this. Maybe bring one of these guys. Heck, I'll do. These guys are so bad though. Maybe. Try that. Why not? Bring more of those guys. Bring one of those. Definitely need to bring some of these. More bodies on the field. Definitely need some of those. And probably go with something like this. Yeah, that's fine. Probably cut one of these guys. Get one of them. Alright, and then go for something like this. And this and this and but I just noticed one of the issues here. Gonna need one of these guys probably. Single unit one of these. This is a haggard build, but we'll see how it goes. I did bring a Gorby's chariot. I brought only a single one, but I'll be honest, for a moment I thought I was scratching my head about whether or not WoC can bring Furies. I wish WoC could bring Furies. That would save my day a lot with some things. Okay, I brought some Marauders. I did bring good old Big Bird Sartorial. Original Big Bird here. Probably my best bet is actually not going to be able to go for the point 1. Probably going to be rocking point 2 and 3 here. With, of course, you know, open field and whatnot against Grand Cathay. Okay, so I'm going to send some Chaos Warriors over here. Marauders to with some, well, might put all the Chaos Warriors over on this side. Hopefully they don't get bombarded by artillery. But also brought the Soul of Damnation, because why the heck not? Maybe you can do good at sniping out a Grand Cannon. I doubt it, but we'll see. And then I got some other stuff in the back pocket. We got Marauders, some more great weapons. We also have a Gore Beast Chariot, a single one, Knights of Immolation, Chaos Warhounds, Armor Trolls, and Dragon Ogres. Might need more than one Dragon Ogre to be dealing with any Jade Lancers. Oops, I readied up. Okay, luckily. I didn't mean to ready up, but luckily they were already ready, so. Yeah, Jade Lancers might be a bit of a problem, we'll see though. But, ooh, Sky Junk, hey, look at that. Perfect choice for my freaking Hell Cannon. What is that? Astromancer on a... What? I didn't know Astromancer could be on the thing. Is that a Moonbird or what? Does seem like it, so... Get your butt back here, Astromancer. I don't know who you think you are, but, you know, back up. Yeah, what is... Just a Sky Junk shooting at me?
Victory point. Keep it from the foe. My gods call! The dark gods command me! Ha! Charge them! Quick!
Keep the Chaos Warriors there. I'll probably keep one here. Why not? Oh, it's fine. Keep going. Get him. Push him in his backfield. You know, it's not a terrible, even though it's a terrible idea. See if I can get like, close to general in here. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's juicy. That's juicy right there. Love to see that. Get those Emperor's Crowmen out of here. Don't like them. Don't want to see them. Kind of did damage to my own trolls, but it's not a big deal. Did more damage to those crowmen instead, which is what matters more. Oh, I'm chasing my Chaos Warriors, just getting shot in the back, of course. Nice, beautiful. And now my Knights of Immolation have finished off that sky junk. I can go back here. Yo, where you going? Luckily, these guys. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Thanks, CA. The dreaded humping animation for the flying characters as they attempt to attack literally anything on the ground level. Oh, keep them on, keep it out. I'm losing on 2 points, but that's perfectly fine. I didn't mean to summon from him there, but that works. And some Marauders over here. 0.1. Get some more doggos. Maybe finish off those crane gunners before my Knights of Immolation go away. Do that first. Nice. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. Let's keep these guys here. That's fine. And those guys after the crossbowmen, possibly. Are those just peasants? Yeah, they are. Of course they are. Get those guys out of here. Keep them this way. Keep them going there. Fine. Hold down this point. Gotta find... Oh, gotta get back on the cannon. They're not on the cannon. And then once they're there, shoot at the Jade Warriors. Bring these guys around. Oops. Let those guys go unnoticed. Around them. You do this. Get that Gore Beast Chariot out. Of course, we got to see that in play. We can't let that go unused. Knights of Immolation, how are they holding on? They're holding on pretty strong, you know, despite not having many models left. Let's just continue to build up value. Nothing there I can protect, unfortunately, as I have my hounds out. That's perfectly fine. Weed those guys through. Have those guys hold off on that. The Gore Beast Chariots, how are they doing? Let me send them into Horsemen for why not, because apparently I hate when my units are used properly. We're gonna try to save these guys. Come on, yes we can. Hold! have a single unit of immolation, or 3 models rather. And now I can push over here. The dragon ogres continue to fight. Let's see how the chariots do against a moving halberd unit. I did end up losing the hell cannon. I mean, they still have a single model left, but I think they're dead completely. Oh, is it gonna come back? Is it gonna come back? Oh, I don't think it's enough crew. I don't think it's enough crew, unfortunately. That's fine. Oh, they got stuck on something, unfortunately. Do I have anything to send? Yes, I do. Yeah, it's not enough, unfortunately. I think they're gonna have to dip out on those guys. And those guys over here just to finish them off. Continue chasing them off, rather. Gotta get the Gore Beast Chariot out of there. It's too important, of course. What is Arthuriel doing? Not much at the moment. Just hanging about. I have some Chaos Trolls all the way in the back. I might as well just resummon them, because they're not going to be doing anything back there. Could go for that side charge on those Jade Warriors. That could be pretty beautiful. Get a nice Celestial Dragon Guard, or just picking my Dragon Ogres apart, unfortunately. Oof, that hurt. Ooh, that was a nice Searing Doom. We get a side charge on those Jade Warriors. That's beautiful. Beautiful, baby. Love to see that. See what we got here. Pop that. Pop that. I don't have enough mana. What is it? Overcast is what? 26. I have 24. I could get it back soon. Bring back the Knight's Immolation. I don't even know where they came from. Over here. Classic. You can hold. Hold! Hold, tutorial! Ooh. Get a nice charge in here. Let's see how those bad boys do. Come on. Not bad. It's a limp charge. It's a limp charge. That's fine. I want to go after these guys. Come on. Dragon Ogres are a bit slacking at the moment. Get a side charge on those spearmen. Why not? For the heck of it. You can stay there. Those guys are going to try to... Do I have it? Nope, 24. I don't think I'm going to get the wins for it, unfortunately. Do I have any reserve? Nope, I have no reserve, unfortunately. Can I snipe out the Ashermancer? Okay, they got... Oh, they finished off the Peasant Long Spears. Go after the Jade Warriors. Go this way, actually. Damn it. Okay, so... Let's go with Searing Dooms here. No! Oh, that's gonna hurt. Ouch, that hurt. Gonna help out over here, and I can do that simply by just doing that. That's gonna be beautiful right there. And then what else is in here? Okay, those guys are gonna route soon. Hop on there. Unsummon those guys. Where do my Gore Beast Chariots go? I completely forgot about them. Okay. Dragon Ogres can go after the Crowman. I don't think it really matters too much. He's on horse? Yeah, they can surround him. They can finish him off. Hopefully. They do get a pretty limp charge into those guys. Dragon Ogres are trying to chase. We need some infantry here. Probably. And also go back for that point over there. Those guys can help out. Finish off the Celestial General if I'm careful. And some more Marauders this way. And over here. Nah. Oh, my Knight Simulation. No. Get Sartorial out of there. I like how that audio just like completely cut out. It was saying like tidings something, like something was happening. But of course. So maybe here, this would be a nice little bombardment there. Not bad. Charge in there. These guys could theoretically save Sartorial, but I'm not going to because Sartorial, the big bird, will be perfectly fine. The Jade Lancers don't have the mass for sure, right? There we go. Get your butt out of there, Sartorial. Come on. Rise, bird. Fly. Fly, you must. The bird. Fly, you must. Please. You're killing me. Sartorial! You dumb bird. Oh, it can slow them down? Come on. So they can't catch him? Right? Right, that's how that works. Okay, maybe I was wrong to not... Okay, GG's. GG's. I just noticed the points. GG's. It's okay. That's fine. It was fun, though. Definitely should have brought the Knight Simulation over, but good match.
You have been bested. There is only defeat.
Then yeah, the freaking melee stat buff saved Sartorial there because he was like living for way too long. And he still didn't even die at the very end. The big chicken gave no quarter. Okay, let me fix this. Change this. Put my name in there. Add 001. Save that. And then I'm just going to fix the match real quick. Wait for it to... There we go. All good. Go back to match. And let's see. Samurai Style versus Melonhead. Brought me from that match. And there we go. That was a really good match. Let's see. I think what broke your back was that you had nearly 3k supplies and nothing to spend it on. Maybe with a bit more on so many nearly dead units has to win. For sure. Yeah, I was noticing that I had like so many units that were just sitting idly by, not doing anything. They had like 5 models left and they definitely should have been unsummoned. But it happens. Yeah, I definitely could have won that for sure. Just some poor choices on my part too, unfortunately. 1-0. Port score. Grand Cathay triumphs over the Warriors of Chaos. Okay. Advanced Swiss. Nope, I'm gonna change that real quick. So Fidel Flash Flood is up against. Ooh, should I do a fourth round? I don't know if you want to do a fourth round or not. I just realized. Did Supertide go up against Alexander Nutt at all? Let me see. Let me message. I'm seeing what Supertide thinks if we should do a fourth round or not. Obviously, it's up to players rather than just me, but yeah, backseating is hindsight is 2020. All that, you know. Um, let's see. I should do Samurai Style. Hasn't played. But no, yeah, it was a very fun match. Honestly, that's all I asked for is a fun match. I don't mind losing at all. I would like to win, obviously, but I'm not iffed about it if I lose a lot. It's just fun to run tournaments again and play in them. What is their name? Samurai Style. Very cool name. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna skip to semis. Fix these rounds real quick. Delete. Entry. And then we'll just go straight to semis. One second, folks, while I just do this. Because I advanced to round 4, but we definitely don't need a round 4 like I originally thought. There's just too few players. We only have like 7 or something like that, so. There's no point. Next time I'll probably do one a little earlier, maybe. Maybe on Thursday or something I'll do like a 2 o'clock for me. I don't know. Oh, let me see. Did I fix it? Did I fix it? Did he fix it? No, he did not. He still has one more to do. Hold tight, folks. Hold. Just like Sartorial did in that fight. Hold. Insomnia is keeping me alive. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. I wish I could give you my sleep because I definitely take it for. I definitely get too much of it, and well, I don't take too much of it. I take it for granted, and I could get a lot more, but I decide not to. Okay, 3 rounds it is. So that means, let's see, 3. Dubutai went 3-0, yes. Okay. So advance to top 4. Make sure nothing's broken. There we go. Top 4 is up. Fourth round, but considering lack of players, we'll go straight to semis. Okay. Yeah, look at that. You have a shot to be Suitai again. You got this. You know how they play. They ain't taking you a second time. And you got a different map too. It's gonna be a Ragnarok layer. Actually, you know what? William, whoever hosts it, Suitai, you throw a spectator slot up for me. Let's do this. But let's check out the values real quick. Just real quick. I'll run it down. 44. Look at that, boys. 4,400 solid value on the big chicken. That is what I'm talking about. Here I was talking about how expensive this boy was and how it was going to be the downfall of my game. But here we are with 4,400 free. I mean, to be fair, a lot of it has to do with that really nice final transmutation early on. But man, he held his own. Caster going to cast a game heresy. Yeah, Caster not going to make it to the finals on his own and cast his own game. That is heresy here. 1210 value on the Chaos Trolls. Everything else. 3960. I mean, I summoned these guys twice. So, you know, value can be a bit iffy. But still, 4,000 value practically on those guys. And 1531 on the Dragon Ogres, which I don't remember if I summoned twice or not. I think it was just the one, but I could be wrong. Completely wrong. 2905, 1797 on those guys. 346 on the Sky Junk. I sniped that boy right out of the sky. How did that do, by the way? 878, not too shabby. 1264 on the Crane Gunners. And 1600 value on the Jade Lancers. The Onyx Crowmen were dangerous, just considering how I had nothing to answer them. They were just chasing down the big bird the entire time. Oh, I didn't check the Gore Beast. But I did like them. I did like them, despite how hectic my use of them was. I did like them. They felt heavy, oomphy, big hit. I take everything back. Sartorial heard the smack from earlier. Yeah, exactly. Let me hop into this one. Is this the right one? Hopefully so. Yes, it is. We got subs versus Soy Bacta. Good old Subutai. Also, Turn is streaming right now. Overlaps, unfortunately. Yeah, I know I'm never ever going to be able to make it out here with Turin just snatching up all the players and viewers. That's perfectly fine. I was like, maybe I could get some decent amount of players, knowing that Turin is probably going to play something else tomorrow, aka today, instead of Total War. But yeah. I mean, to be fair, I also placed the tournament at a different time than he did this yesterday. So, you know. But yeah, no. I know I'm going to have a hard time getting players nowadays when Terran just kind of like is turret and is super entertaining and just like, yeah. I don't blame people at all. I want to see a feral black coach as trolls it is against the knights. I hope I see a black coach as well, because I really want that thing to be good, but I don't think it is. I don't know the measurements or get on a moonbird. All right, I was just talking to Castro Fidel. Anyways, I was talking to them about the previous game, and yeah, man, that Astromancer and the Moonbird. I had no idea that was a mount for the Astromancer. That's super cool. I thought the only mount the Astromancer had was the what's that one thing called that they have that kind of like has bound spells? I forgot what it's called. Either way, that's pretty cool. That's a nice option. I had no idea. I feel like one of my big issues with the Black Coach is, yes, they kind of sort of fixed one of the issues with its abilities, where like they made it so its kills are what does it. Or rather, I think it, let me see. Let me check again. Black Coach. Yeah, so the abilities Black Scythe, Unholy Vigor, and Black Nimbus now scale their effects depending on the number of enemy entities that have been killed within the radius. So the black before the issue was that the Black Coach had to do the killing, which it didn't do ever because it took for it just like the stats on it were so pitiful that and it just took forever for it to get like more than like 50 kills on its own. So its abilities never really did anything. But now they change it so it just goes based off of the amount of kills in the area, which is good and all. But it should still provide something other than, like, it has to... And right now the base stats are 40, or it has 50 leadership, it has strider, it has 80 weapon damage with 200 AP. So 280 overall, plus flaming attacks and splash attacks. The splash attacks makes it worse because it already has not great weapon strength in the first place. So then you're splitting up that 280 weapon damage to 4 different targets in a unit. Oh, that's really cool. That's really good art for the Great Guard halberds, which is nice to see compared because I've notoriously have not liked or enjoyed at all the newish art that's come from any of the DLCs recently or updates. Like, I really don't like a lot of the new card art, but that looks pretty nice actually, the halberds. Speaking of the halberds, I was wary of them. Their melee stats aren't great. 20 melee attack is pretty pitiful. With 34 melee defense is not bad. They do have bonus versus large of 19, so that helps quite a bit. So I'm interested to see how they do. They have charge reflection, obviously, expert charge defense, a whole bunch of undead chaff we got here, zombies, skeleton spearmen, and we also have the Conganside stalkers, poison, 24-29, decent weapon strength for a skeleton. And yeah, they're just durable. We also have a single unit of Cryptors, as well as Heinrich Kemmler himself. He does have Lord of Undeath for that Krell summon, Raise Dead, Invocation, Chaos Tomb Blade for that regen, and melee stack buff, of course. and then Curse of Undeath for that passive regen. We also have the dreaded double White King. Very much Warhammer 2, Warhammer 1. Early plays with vampire counts was Kemmler with 2 White Kings or Vlad with 2 White Kings. Either way, you get the picture. I'm guessing they have Scab's Grace. Yes, they do. Should be pretty good against the Bretonian chaff running through those peasants. With that Scab's Grace, we'll absolutely delete them. We also have a single corpse cart on Holy Lodestone for that passive regen, as well as that melee stat buffs plus vigor. We have 2 of them, in fact. But that is it for the Vampire Count's side. For the Bretonian side, we have Fey Enchantress on her pony, with Regrowth, Awakening of the Wood, and Chalice of Potions, and her Mist of the Lady, of course. For the rest, Battle Pilgrims should theoretically do fantastic against most of the undead chaff, as they have solid stats. 100 leadership. They have that Frenzy, which is bringing them up to 47 in melee attack, giving them 10, and another 5 from the Grow Reliquary. So they're pretty beefy right now. They should chop through most of that undead chaff. Also, obviously, they have only 30 armor, so they can take some pretty good amount of damage in return. But 31 melee defense, pretty solid. Should help screen out a lot of the damage from the zombies and skeleton warriors. But again, with the help of the Scab's Grace and the Corpse Carts, those guys will probably have a tough time overall, Battle Pilgrims. Royal Hippogriff Knights are here as well. Tough, monstrous flying cav. Those magical attacks in heavy AP. Pretty solid against the Vampire Counts. They have a lot of that flying mobility to threaten the Terrorgeists and Fargeists, whatnot. We have Mounted Yeoman Archers for the Skirmish Cav for the Bretonian side, and we have double Paladin on foot, not on mount. So they're just going to be there helping deal with any large targets on ground. We also have the Defenders of the Fleur-de-Lis, that ITP, and Impetuous as well, giving ITP to any units nearby if the unit is charging, which is pretty nice. Yeah, pretty solid round. 46, 28. All the charge bonus is 77 at the moment. But we did get, what did we get summoned in? I think we got some more Cryptors summoned in, and you're going to need these guys to beat down on the Royal Hippogriff Knights whenever they do come down, because they can surround them, they provide that mass, got that AP and poison to slow them down, reduce their stats. So, but right ahead, all 3 points are going to be captured by Bretonia. Maybe Bretonia captures point 2. I don't think they're entirely capped it yet. Actually, I think they have. Yes, all 3 points are captured by Bretonia. But Vampire Counts are going to go all in to that second point. I'm not sure if they're going to split off to point 3 or point 1 yet, but we'll see how it goes. To have an undead zombie summon, or rather a zombie, as if the zombies could be any more alive. Zombies do get summoned in, Battle Pilgrims are dealing with them effectively. Then we have the White Kings here to help fight them off. Mounted Yeoman continuing to skirmish back and forth. Fellbats are chasing after them, but obviously they're just there to provide a distraction, so they're not shooting at the more important targets like the Cryptors. We have a Chalice of Potions possibly coming in here. Yes, we do. Beautiful. Just going through those skeleton chaff, but not going to provide a whole lot of value overall. The White Kings are here fighting the Paladins, and obviously I think it might be a fairly even trade melee-wise. Yeah, so I'm going to go back and forth really, but Zupatai seems to be going straight for point 2, not caring about the rest, though they are going to be summoning. I thought they summoned in some dogs, but no, it's just more Fellbats. Fellbats coming over to continue chasing after the Mounted Yeoman. But already, of course, Vampire Coast is winning, the Counts are winning out on this point 2 engagement, as they have this massive blob here for a reason. They will overwhelm and surround the Bretonian side. Fey Enchantress continue to be chased by Kemmler. Kemmler wants some of that, wants to drag down the supposed Fey Enchantress. But I don't think she's going to let that happen anytime soon. Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis run down the Grave Guard as they weren't braced and do some pretty decent damage there. And now turn around to go after the Skeleton Warriors to help support their lady. Try to get her out of that fight. Same with Henry Kemmler. They could end up killing Henry Kemmler here, but we do have Cryptors here and Grave Guard with halberds here. So they're going to be helping drag down those Hippogriff Knights. Royal Hippogriff Knights are going to get a regrowth, an overcasted one to help keep them in the fight. Now we're going to have zombies summoned in as well. If these Hippogriff Knights do end up getting dragged down, that could be pretty bad for the Bretonnian side. If the Bretonnian player, it's probably better for them to drag those guys out of there. Wakening the Wood coming down here, doing some okay work against the Graveguard and zombies. Paladin is just here fighting, not doing a whole lot at the moment, mostly just distraction. Mortis Engine coming in, got summoned in. It's going to help out a lot with these engagements here. It's going to Mortis Engine down the battle programs and heal up these undead chaff around. We do have Knights Errant summoned in who are going to run down these zombies, and they should theoretically be able to consistently just cycle charge and get rid of the zombies and take over the point. And zombies don't have much capture weight in the first place simply because they are undead chaff. We have the Grow Knights summoned in as well, getting a charge in there to help pull out those Royal Hippogriff Knights, which is pretty smart because you really need these Hippogriff Knights to stay up as they're one of your most important units. Though they look like they might end up losing 2 models, unfortunately, as their models are stuck at the moment, and those Cryptors are just not letting them by, which is very frustrating as a person who runs the Hippogriff Knights. It is really, really frustrating having some of your flyer models get stuck on that. But it is what happens on occasion. We got some Crypt Ghouls summoned in. They are speedy. They can fight relatively well against most of the peasant chaff of the Bretonnians if they don't run into battle programs. But even then, I think it's an even trade against the battle programs. So, we do have some Royal Pegasus Knights as well, going mostly anti-large at the moment for the Bretonnian side, trying to just whittle down the Cryptors and other big centerpieces like the Corpse Carts for the Bretonnian side. Honestly, it might even be worth... yeah, I honestly think it's worth kind of just like targeting that Mortis Engine with your Hippogriff Knights, because nothing here really can drag down the Hippogriff Knights. They're also, everything here just relatively low damage, and the Hippogriff Knights are perfect for doing that. I don't think the Pegasus Knights are, because they have a lot more models than the Hippogriff Knights, so a lot of them can get stuck in the chaff of the undead a lot easier. Paladin is just like soaking up damage and not getting hit at all, really. Like, you're just getting pushed back and forth. So, you know, he's still serving his purpose despite being beaten and running away. Point 3 stays in the hands of the Bretonnian side. So Bacta, what are we looking at here? 4,000 to 6,000 in terms of gold damage value. Points wise, 793 for the Bretonnian side, up against 283 as the vampire counts mostly just went for 1 point and now are just like dragging over the rest of their bodies to the other point. Hippogriff Knights, the Pegasus Knights did eventually drop down, same with the Hippogriff Knights as well, but unfortunately, Cryptors are going to make their way over and might turn this engagement around, same with the white. But we do have the Grow Knights coming in here with that rear charge on the Cryptors, and that's going to do some pretty solid work there on that initial charge. But here's the issue now. There's so much infantry trap here that's going to be bogging down a lot of the attack models, rather a lot of the attacks from the bigger models like the Hippogriff Knights, that I think it's going to be going a lot better for the vampire counts. And the Hippogriff Knights might eventually be dragged down here if Soybakta can't get them out. But yes, point 1 is in the count side, and they might start making their way over to point 3 and taking it. As you can see, yeah, the blob is making its way over, which could give Bretonnians the chance to take sneak point 2 back, considering it's a slow blob. But I don't think so. Ubutai is going to let that happen, as we see a massive surge of peasants being summoned out. I don't know if Soybakta can reel this back in. Ubutai is up to 8,000 at the moment from gold damage value. And the Hippogriff Knights, did they fall? It seems they did, unfortunately. Losing the Hippogriff Knights could spell doom for Soybakta, and yeah, this Mortis Engine is just making it so hard. Actually, no, they did come back. I missed them completely. Excuse me, bad caster here. The Hippogriff Knights do come back. I thought they died, which thank God for that they didn't, because they are really the Bretonnians' like saving grace here. The Mortis Engine is practically taking no damage, just healing everything. But your best bet, I guess, at the moment is just to drag everything else down and then finish off the Mortis Engine. But obviously, that's easier said than done. We have a bunch of chaff coming in here, along with some Graveguard and halberds. And yeah, just some skeletons and zombies. Point two, as I said, is going to give Bretonians the chance to take it back as the big blob from the Vampire Counts is moving over to point three to take it. Slowly but surely, the Bretonians are scrapping their way back into this. But can they get rid of this Warders engine? I'm not sure. I mean, a lot of the infantry here is depleting. Crypt Ghouls are crumbling. We have some Blood Knights coming in here who will be able to scrap things back while we wait, or hold while we wait for the undead chaff to come over. Might be better just to pull out here and go all in on point two. I'm not sure here. It's really gonna be tough. Scrap towards point two and point three. I don't know. But point two does end up going back to the Bretonian side. As yep, there it goes. It's locked in there, and now we're secretly taking it back. Point three. So Bakta is doing well here at trying to split up the Vampire Count's tide and try to keep them away from trying to abuse like their the speed advantage that they have over the Vampire Count side. Hippogriff Knights are routing off 2 models. Let's look at the value that they got. 1424, not too shabby there. Do have an Awakening of the Wood going down on these Grave Guards. Going to do a little bit of damage, but mostly also going to reduce their speed as well. I don't think that spell has the best amount of AP on it. Yeah, it actually has 0% AP, which kind of makes sense. But point 3 is slowly being taken back. If these Grave Guard with halberds turn around and move on to the point, they'll probably end up taking it back. Or rather stopping the take. But I don't know. Yeah, Kemmler and his goon squads are just slowly whittling down everything Bretonnia has. If these Cryptors can get finished off here, that'd be pretty nice. We do have a zombie summoning coming probably in here. Yep, there we go. Skeleton summon actually. An overcasted zombie summon to give that skeletons, to get skeletons which last a bit longer than the zombie summon. And we do have the Blood Knights continuing to cause terror as they run down the mounted yeomen. Point 2 is received reinforcements from the undead, and I think the Vampire Counts here are probably going to be able to hold on to their points and eventually catch up, though Toy Bacta is at 1,028 at the moment, 1,030, slowly climbing up, 842. Still got quite a few points away from for Super Tide to catch up, and Knights of Lionheart do get a nice charge there on the Cryptors and do some pretty solid damage there, and probably will be able to finish off the Cryptors without any support, but the Skeleton Spearmen are making their way over, unfortunately. White King is also tying down these mounted yeomen. Back here, we do have some Knights of the Realm scrapping it back with the Cryptors and Graveguard with halberds, who have 2 of them back here, which is unfortunate. Got to get those battle programs over to support, but they don't have that great of AP with only 7. But I imagine they could do decent into the Graveguard. Nonetheless, Blood Knights continue to cause havoc. 1248 value at the moment for them. Point 1 is sort of open. We have a White King and a Corpus Cart on there with some skellies. Theoretically, Bretonians could try to take that back sneakily once again, but the issue is the White King and the Corpse Cart are just kind of menaces, kind of hard to get rid of. White Kings are just being a terror in the night for the Bretonian side. The Knights of the Lionheart try to get out of there. The Cryptors do drag them down a bit with their poison and are slowing them down. Knights of the Lionheart definitely probably need to want to move out of there and just screen them out with the Battle Pilgrims, because they definitely don't want to be dragged down there, as that's the only really semi-elite cav that the Bretonian side have at the moment. I think the Grow Knights are gone, the Pegasus Knights and the Pegasus Knights and Hippogriff Knights are gone as well. So is that the Kongenstein Stalkers again? Yes, they are back once again. Point 3 is going to be slowly possibly taken by Bretonian. Yes, they are. They're going to be held. They're going to be holding on to that. Scab's Grace going down. That's a really nice Scab's Grace running through those Battle Pilgrims. That's a pretty decent chunk of damage. But now we have the Mortis engine coming over. Going to be healing those Blood Knights and slowly Mortis engineering down those Battle Pilgrims, unfortunately. So I think point 3 is probably going to end up going to Vampire Counts. And I think it's going to be, I think it's pretty much impossible for the Bretonian player to scrap back now at the moment, unfortunately. I think with the loss of the Hippogriff Knights and the Pegasus Knights, it was really going to be tough to scrap back. GG's. Gushy does no damage, only buffs itself. It's cool as hell, but by God, it's useless. It is so freaking cool. It is probably one of my favorite minis in like the Warhammer, like fantasy battles or like old world, I guess. It's just so freaking cool looking. Same with the Mortis engine as well. But yeah, the Mortis engine actually has a use and is actually incredibly good. While the Black Coach just does nothing, which is so unfortunate because in Warhammer 2 and Warhammer 1, it was actually pretty solid. But again, just the switch from large to ultra, it just died. But it was like really good. It was like seriously a terror in the night in the previous games. But yeah, GG's. That was pretty good overall. Battle Pilgrims. This one got 1100 value. That's pretty cool. I imagine it's from a second summon from fighting Graveguard and whatnot, but still. Mounted Yeoman Archers did okay. We got Knights of the Lion Hearted, or Defenders of the Fleur de Lis, and Knights of the Lion Hearted over here, 860. Hippogriff Knights, did I miss them? Yeah, over here, 1424. Yeah, unfortunately, 1308 and 1127. Yeah, the Mortis engine blobbing just made it really tough there for the Bretonians. 1137 on these Cryptors, 32 on, and then look at these the freaking Vikings. That's also another issue Bretonia has, is dealing with the foot-based characters like the Vikings, walking around, strolling, doing everything against Bretonia while they could do nothing against them. And yeah, Subutai learned more about me from our last game than I did about him. Experience difference, I guess. For sure, probably just a bit of an experience difference, but yeah, Subutai has played Vampire Counts for who knows how long. They know them all around, how to face like most factions in the game with Vampire Counts. 4303 and 1846 on the Blood Knights. Really solid. And now we have Angel against Subutai. I want to say good nights here. Wish you fun games, cast, and all that. It's 3 a.m. and it's slowly catching up with me. Hey, no worries. Thanks for hanging out, Larry. Hope you have a good night. Hope you have a good sleep. I really appreciate you hanging out, talking to me. Catch you next time in the next one, hopefully. But yeah, no, don't beat yourself down or anything like that, Suibakta. Subutai is a tough player, and I don't think I've ever beat him. Obviously, if I practice hard enough, maybe. If I played in the tournaments, maybe. But that just comes back down to experience. That's literally what experience is, right? So he is a tough cookie. That he is. Checking something really quickly. There we go. Okay. Alright, so we have the two undead factions here. Or two of the undead factions here. Tomb Kings and Counts. It's gonna be on Celestial Lake. Let's see how things go. Angel, a pretty solid player. They've been slowly grinding, I think, both land battle and domination, which is pretty incredible. I mean, not many players can say that. We have Tim the Wilder, who is fantastic in both. So it's hard to gamble both. So it really shows like what kind of quality player you're dealing with when you see that they effectively can play both with no trouble. But yeah, we'll see how things go here. All right. We do have Tomb Kings up against the Counts, Cetra the Imperishable up against Manfred von Baldstein once again with the double White King. It's going to be on Celestial Lake, an absolute beautiful map. One of my favorite maps in Domination. In fact, thanks to Sunshine, I think, who made them. Wow, I whistled there. Like, yes, Sunshine, I believe, is the one who made it. And it's just like such a beautiful, incredible map. I love it a lot. Love that you can see this terracotta sentinel here just like rusted and being overtaken by the land once again as it's fallen. And then of course we have the Imperial Dragons there. Just some truly wonderful map makers in the community. I've tried, couldn't figure it out. Very confusing, but that's perfectly fine because people like Waka Waka, Sunshine, and all of them, Hitman Hippo, have done an incredible job of that builder. And we already have like a solid amount. Like they don't need to make any more. They can continue to make more if obviously they're having fun with it, but we have an incredible amount already. So a pretty good amount to choose from. It's taking a while to load in. I don't know if Angel is on a slower PC or slower internet or like different on a different like from the EU or something, but slowly but surely we're making it in. All right. So for the Tomb Kings, we do have Cetra the Imperishable. As I said, he's not on his kitty as like he has been as of recently, just because the kitty has gotten some buffs and it is incredible now. No, he is on a horseman. Horseman? No, he is on a horse. He has Earth's Incantation of Vengeance, which, for those who don't know, is a fantastic spell. If you're going to run Tomb Kings, which I'd love to run, this is one of their best spells, if not their best, just because how freaking good it is. We have Incantation, or we have the Goal Storm as well, which is pretty interesting to run. I never usually see that. Incantation of Protection as well. 6 WOM for 40% Fizz Res, but you're mostly just using this to proc. Well, I guess to save like your Lord or whatever, but also to proc the healing as well for the low cost. But Restless Dead as well. That's what you're going to be triggering every time you cast. And the Blessed Blade Withdraw, his item, which is really, really good, provides that blinded debuff on anything he hits. As and that lasts for 43 seconds, that entire buff. It's incredible. It's a really, really good buff, and it makes him into a scary fighter, especially on this kitty. But Skeleton Warriors, a whole bunch of Skeleton Warriors and Spearmen. We have archers as well. We also have Tomb Guard with Halberds in the back line. Along with some more spearmen on the sides. We have Chosen of the God, Ushapti Grebo ROR. They're pretty good at shooting at, I think, I always get them confused. I think the base variant of the Ushapti are much better at shooting at single entities like mortis engines and whatnot, while the Chosen of the Gods are much better shooting against infantry. So if you shoot these guys at like Graveguards with halberds, which you're going to see some or a lot of nowadays, it's going to bring some pretty good value there. Because they have that like burst projectile. But for the counts, we do have Baldstein. He's not going to be on his dragon. He's going to be on the Hell Steed, I believe it's called, with Spirit Leech, Invocation, Raise Dead, and his Sword of Unholy Power for that power recharge. And that is it. Plus Life Leeching, and of course his Curse of Undeath. For the rest of the army, we're going to have zombies, with White King, a whole bunch of chaff. We also have more Graveguarded halberds once again, along with the Congenstein Stalkers, and that'll be it. White Kings, of course, have the Scab's Graves, yep, and double Corpse Cart Bellfire. Oh, actually, one Unholy Lodestone and one Bellfire. For those who don't know the difference, I believe, yes, the Bellfire has flaming attacks and magical plus flaming resistance for allies nearby, which is pretty good because obviously you see a lot of burning head against the undead. Obvious, though, I don't think Tomb Kings have access to fire magic, so. Skeleton Horse Archers get summoned in. Just gonna do a little bit of poking here and there. Not too bad. Yeah, both players seem to be going for point 3 immediately, though we have Cetra coming over to try to possibly capture point 2. And I don't think Manfred is okay with that. He's going to come over, see what he can do about that. But in 1v1, obviously Cetra would win that. But he might just summon like a... Oh, he's going to Spirit Leech him, actually. Yeah, because Cetra's going to take forever to capture this anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Once he does capture it, the counts can just get there, like, moments after and just take it. But we do have point 1 captured by the Tomb Kings, obviously. We have some skirmishing here, just poke and prodding from the Tomb Kings as they shoot into the zombies and whatnot. And then slowly point 2 almost gets taken by Cetra, but he takes it. Is he going to catch it? It doesn't matter really at the end of the day, but just interesting. But White Kings make their way over. Let me see about the... Sorry about this, guys. I just think the music is just like so low right now. But anyways, the White Kings make their way over and they're going to start grinding down point 3's infantry. We have the Great Bows shooting in right now into the Skeleton Spearmen. Going to poke and prod a little bit. Graveguard are hiding in the trees at the moment, so they can't be targeted. I mean, they can be, but then some of that missile fire is going to be blocked by the trees, so not really worth shooting at them. Skeletons are just going to be grinding these things out. It's just going to be a very slow, grindy fight, both undead factions as they fight each other. Let me do this. Alright, yeah, we have a sandstorm going through here, and actually doing more friendly fire, unfortunately, to Angel's own Skeleton Spearmen, but that's fine. It did some damage to the Congenstein Stalkers, too. That's why I'm not a huge fan of the sandstorm, just because of the vortex, like how random it could be. But yeah, we have some Spearmen going over, and these Skeleton Warriors are going over to try to pick point 2, and Graveguard try to catch up, but they don't catch up in time. At this point, you could just send the Skeleton Warriors. It's too late. But we do have more Skeleton Spearmen coming over as well. More undead being sent out. They get summoned in. Or Skeleton Warriors actually get summoned in, presumably to try to get on top of the Chosen of the Gods eventually, or on top of the Skeleton Archers. And they do get them to stop shooting. Whole grindy fight on point 3, but obviously the vampire counts are going to win out on that grind. We do have the Ice of the Desert here. We get some fantastic volleys there on the Crypt Horrors. And just going to do some solid work there. And they're going to notice, the Super is going to notice that and send them over, try to shut them down. They have bonus versus large. So keeping them in melee would not be a bad idea. But he's going to take them out and send the Nahakar warriors instead. Which I don't think is a great idea. But if you want to keep them shooting, that's perfectly fine and understandable. You have Manfred hovering about, just continuously harassing, summoning skeleton warriors and undead. Prison of the Gods shooting in right now with the zombies. Not really a great target. And now we're being attacked by Manfred and stopping them to stop them from shooting. And there's nothing here, unfortunately, aside from Cetra, who could possibly stop that from happening. And he is going to go over and scare Manfred von Baldstein a little bit, get him shaking in his boots. Yeah, I don't think it's worth running the Eyes of the Desert back. If you just let them stay there and negate the charge and the Cryptors with the charge defense and the charge reflection, they could end up winning that fight solo. So it would have just been worth it. But nonetheless, Cryptors run back, and now the Eyes of the Desert are able to start shooting again. And yeah, I definitely think shooting at the corpse carts could be a pretty good option there, because they're keeping these undead in the fight for a lot longer than they should be. Sandstorm going up, being casted once again, but not, unfortunately, really doing a whole lot. Would have been much better on this little blob right here, but even then, with the random vortex movement, it could just end up doing nothing anyways. Point 2, staying in the hands of the vampire counts. Subutai slowly but surely grinding down the Tomb King's infantry, though we do have Skeleton Horse Chargers coming over to tip that cap weight in their favor. And now we have some Graveguard Halberds summoned in again once again. Point 2 slowly but surely being taken by the Tomb King side. It's going to take a while though. Yeah, they charge them once again, and as you can see, they get the charge reflection is helping out a lot there, reflecting that damage back at the Cryptors. And they also have firing support from the Horse Archers too. I really don't think this is a terrible battle for the Eyes of the Desert. I definitely think they could beat this one Cryptor. I don't know about 2 plus the White King, so I definitely think that's when you bring them back. But definitely for sure, just one they could win. Kepler Guard got summoned in, and Arch going to be blending through the chaff of the undead so very easily. I say that, but then there's the Mortis engine here now, and it's not going to be as easy for them. They have regen, but they are being slowly mortised down. So we have Mohekar warriors coming in, but we need something here to support the Sepulchral Stalkers, because they are very, very important to the rest of the game for the Tomb Kings. As well as the Chosen of the Gods, they need Cetra about to help out, but Cetra is over here on point 3, sending in more Sandstorms, which I think is an unfortunate mistake. I think it's just kind of a waste of WOM, unfortunately. But Cetra is coming over, and this is why I kind of don't like him on his horse, because he just gets body blocked a lot by the higher mass units like the Cryptors. They're just like surrounding him and beating him down. He is coming over to help out with the fight, but he's definitely a lot more oppressive on his Tomb Kitty and can get to places a lot faster. I mean, maybe they're not as speedy, the War Sphinx, but it feels like it for sure, because he's not having to dodge around stuff. On the War Sphinx, he can just run through stuff, while on the horse, he could just get stuck on anything, any group that he runs through or attempts to run through. But yes, point 3 still remain in the hands of the Counts. You have point 2 finally possibly going to Tomb Kings, and it does, yeah. It's actually already in the hands of the Tomb Kings, but we need something to block these Crypt Ghouls, because they're going to make their way to the point and start tipping it back into their favor, possibly. Yes, they are, as a lot of the cap weight here is from the 2 Horse Archers that the Tomb Kings have, which don't have great cap weight. Crypt Ghouls and Cryptors definitely have much more cap weight than everything else here. We also have the Graveguard as well. And by the way, you can see the cap weight. If you hover a Graveguard with Halberds, they're going to have 5. Excuse me, 4.4, because they've taken losses. But at full health, they're 5. But while like the Undead Chaff, like the Skeleton Warriors, don't have full cap weight of infantry, they have, I think, 3 or 2 at full health. I think it's 2. While Cav have 3, I believe. Yes, they have 3 at full HP. So yeah, hopefully it's not another case here where the Mortis engine just kind of saves the day here for the counts, because it seems like that's going to be another. That's going to be happening again. The Kepler card slowly regenning and making their way over. Surprisingly, they lived through all of that. I think mostly because of their regen. White King continuing to cause problems for the Team Kings, just as they've caused problems for the other factions in the game that have played up against Subutai. But if you keep them in guard mode and just continue having them shoot, the White King won't do too much because he doesn't have that great of AP. He has like 200, I think, 150, even less than that. So he can't really do a whole lot besides just be a distraction card effects. Yeah, you continue to have it shoot at the. It's hard to say because both the corpse cards are healing the Mortis Engine. The Mortis Engine, I mean, one of these is healing the Mortis Engine. The Mortis Engine is healing itself, I believe, as well with regen. So this whole issue here is just going to be very hard to deal with, even with the Spoke World Stalkers. But yes, we have Kongenside Stalkers and more Skeleton Chaff and Zombie Chaff coming over to take point 2 back. And they're doing a pretty good job of doing so. I think point 2 is going to be staying in the hands of the counts. Just a very, very grindy undead fight as we expected. Cetra is being beaten back by the White King, unfortunately. Which should not be happening at all. Is this another sandstorm? Yes, it is. Is it going to actually do anything? It does a little. Not much, though, unfortunately. I think that really just poked. And even then, like, what? How much wins is that for that? 11. It's definitely... I'm calling it Sandstorm, but it's Skullstorm. But yeah, it's really not doing much, unfortunately. Obviously, it's RNG movement for the Vortex as well, but that should be like... That should be doing more damage in general. Like, that was like right center on the Grave Guard. It may have been like up top more. Now I'm thinking about it. But still. Like, what's the damage on that? 21 with 0% AP. Yeah, oof. Grave Guard have 90 armor, so yikes. Cetra ends up falling there from the Cryptors and from the Mortis Engine, and I think that's probably going to seal the deal for the Tomb Kings, unfortunately. Pretty much locked out here. The Sepulchral Stalkers are attempting their best, but the White King continues to disrupt them, and now we have the Cryptors coming over. And yeah, I think it's just going to be really hard to break these blobs. Vampire Counts is probably going to take the win for the day. Subutai continues to reign terror on the rest of us with their dreaded Vampire Counts plays. But it was well fought. Everybody tried their best. Soy Bacta, myself, Angel. We gave it our all, but Subutai and Baldstein here are just too much for us to handle, apparently. But overall, good game. Yeah, I think I'd probably bring Cetra on a Kitty, honestly, in this matchup. There's nothing really that can... And the Cryptors can surround him, but obviously you just gotta be careful with them. You just gotta see... Kind of avoid them mostly, unless you get like a good surround on them with something else to help Cetra. How did the Kepler Guard do despite... Yeah, 1,000 value or 950 value despite being Mortis Engine down and being bogged down by Chaff? Not bad. Kind of surprised that Angel hasn't surrendered here. I mean, obviously it's a tight game points-wise, but they're gonna counter immediately gonna take point 1 and just gonna push Team Kings all the way back. Like they're having to just send stragglers out there because they have nothing else. Yeah, Angel's gonna bow out there, and the win goes to Subutai. Subutai continues to reign supreme with their undead terror. Let's look at these values right quick. We got Manfred on both side at 2,000 value essentially. Everything else 711, 926. The White Kings just continue to be a terror in the night. Truly a dreadful pair to have to deal with. Do not like having to deal with them at all. You don't have any good foot-based characters that can surround or that can kill them. 2744 as well for the Mortis Engine. Again, proven to be MVP 1699. for Cetra. And 1100 there for the Bozu Shopti. 1699 for Cetra, despite like the Skullstorm's not really doing a whole lot. And the Kepler Guard doing pretty good despite being more disengined. Yeah, Eyes of the Desert are just like your best, one of your best units all around on the King's roster. I love them a lot. They're just that freaking good, despite having to deal with a lot of crypt wars and whatnot. They are just incredible all around. They can hold their own for quite a while, and those AP missiles are just that good. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for playing. Hopefully, catch you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Nardu, all of you, Soy Bacta. Have a good night. See you, Michael. Catch you later. Bye.